Tax conversion deadline is approaching by the year end. We're going to show you tax impacts and examples as well. This is for an IRA and a Roth IRA or a 401k and a Roth 401k. What you have to be aware of is that conversions are calendar year based. So by end of December of 2024, any conversions you might want to do have to be done. Now, if you have that IRA and maybe you've thought about converting a certain amount of money to that Roth IRA, or maybe you're still working and have a 401k and your employer has a Roth 401k option on there, you might convert some of that money as well. What you have to remember is any amount of money that you convert is taxed as income. So, for example, looking below here, if we have the 2024 tax brackets on here, let's take married filing jointly. Now, let's say if you're in that 24% tax bracket and you have that $201,000 or more you are making on there, if you were to convert, for example, $50,000 from an IRA to a Roth IRA, you'd be taxed at 24%. So it'd be 24% federal tax on that $50,000 would be the tax. However, once that money's in that Roth IRA, it now grows tax-free and it's taken out tax-free in the future. Or maybe you only do $10,000 on a 24% federal tax on there. It'd be a $2,400 tax. Now, always there are state taxes that are involved, but all states are different. So this is just for the federal tax matter on here. Now, we also don't want you to ever guess on here. As you can see, these 4 green boxes on here, we have a client of ours here that has a number of high IRA and high 401k balances. We ran a number of strategies on here, and looking at their own situation on here and their own variables on here, we found a way to convert a certain amount of money over time into a better tax efficient bracket for them. So they're going from about an 18.5% effective tax rate to about a 12.8% effective tax rate over time. And you can see that they're saving about $900,000 on total taxes, and they have an additional income of about $922,000, and their net legacy is about $500,000 more. Now, we never want you to guess either on this overall here, as guessing is the worst thing you can do. That's why if you have a good fiduciary advisor and a tax planner like myself and my team here, or you might have your own advisor, they should be showing you in the softwares they have a number of strategies and the tax impacts. So as an example, you can see on the screen here, there's about roughly 15 different tax situations that the system will run based on all the variables we put in, from being age, from being married, not married, from various life expectancies to various break evens. There's a lot of variables that go into this here for each client situation. But you can see on here, though, if we could go from, say, a high end, a 19.4% average or effective tax rate, and if over time we could bring that down even to a 12.8 or 12.7 average tax rate or effective tax rate, that's a huge difference over time. Now, of course, there's, again, a number of variables on here. So there's also a break-even chart showing, hey, how long do I have to live to break even? There's a net legacy chart. There's if a spouse was to die or a spouse was to live chart. So many variables, but the point is, if you have these large IRA or 401k balances, you should be considering converting a portion of those into a Roth IRA over time. Or even better, if you're still young in your 30s or in your 40s even, you have so much more time on your side that the amount of tax you could pay to start converting that all to a Roth IRA or all to a Roth 401k over a number of years can save you a massive amount of taxes in the future when you're in your 50s, 60s, and 70s, and it prevents future tax rate risk. Now, again, this is all based on not knowing the future taxes that are out there. So the system is simply using the current tax rate system. And it's also using what we already know, that the Tax Cut and Jobs Act ends at the end of 2025. So it is using tax rates come 2026 after that does end on there. But as always, if you have these high IRA or high 401k values, remember taxes do matter, and think about doing conversions. Again, conversions are calendar year based, so you still have a few months for this. As always, this is financial education only, not financial, tax, or legal advice. Any kind of questions you have, feel free to comment, DM, or visit our website on here. Thank you so much.